last but not least, Vera. So my name is Craig, and this is Carmen.
Hi, everyone.
And we're Vera. And really simply, we protect data wherever that data may travel. So when we think about the opportunity with the QuickBooks Online community and hearing all the great presentations, what we still see is massive amounts of information being created. And that information contains personal information, social security numbers, everything from your 1099 forms to your payroll to your address information. And in the past, solutions have made it very difficult to protect this information. So it's been a lot easier just to hope and pray for the best than to actually put in place some type of protection that will keep this data in the control of the creator. But now with Vera, we have a frictionless experience that will allow you to automatically protect any data that's exported from the QB portal and shared across all the different types of files, devices, and shares that your data can travel in this new borderless economy. So what I want to do is take a look at exactly how we go about doing that with Vera. So the first thing we do is wrap an envelope around the QB portal. So ultimately now I can protect egress points such as copy and paste, such as print, such as exporting the data. And now as that data comes out in an automated fashion without the user having to change their workflow, that data will be secured. And then now as that data moves from different endpoints like my mobile phone to my cloud share, as the accountants begin to share that information, as collaborators begin to come online, that information remains protected. So in my Vera portal now, I can see that I've actually enveloped the portal. I've actually placed a watermark across the data. That's an optional protection, but again, protecting that idea of data egressing from a photo. So I can see all of my data within here, but now as I actually go to export it into Excel, what happens is that automatically as the data slides out in the corner here, Vera is wrapping this data. So this content is still usable from an Excel spreadsheet, from your collaborators, but is absolutely secure and only usable by this user. I can then come into the Vera portal and actually see all of the different users who are accessing this data or who I've given access to. I can have a complete compliance audit log of all the actions that have been taken against this data, whether they've tried to print it, save it, or even share it. And then finally, I have some geolocation information that lets me know exactly who's opening this data, accessing this data, and roughly where are they. So I know as a finishing point here, what I love to show off is a look of our mobile device here. So I know I often have mobile devices. I have my mobile device often, and by the way, I lost my mobile device at the hackathon. So anybody who found if you actually found a 6 Plus, that's mine. So, but I have one of our finance folks here, so they have data all the time, and you can imagine as that data travels to these different devices, they lose this device, they're no longer in the company. Instantly now, I can go in, find this individual inside of this setup, and say to them, I'm going to revoke their data access, and take it away.
Really nice work, guys. Cloud security gateways are really big in enterprise, but you don't often see them for small business solutions, so it's really awesome to see. Just, do you use a proxy, or what tax is there on end users in terms of what technology to use to actually secure the data?
Yeah, so we actually have a lightweight client that actually runs on the user device. So that would be a blessed Vera device that integrates with the QuickBooks portal through SAML. So based on a user being able to authenticate, it'll know that this is a blessed Vera device and you can use it. But the data can still be accessed on any device that doesn't have Vera.
And you've got full audit tracking and stuff like that? You're thinking about audit tracking and all those?
Yes.
Correct. So all of the compliance auditing and logging that would go along with that would be available for every file.
So based on what you described, it sounds like every employee in the organization would have to install a client in order to make this work.
So every employee doesn't need a client, and that's really the strength of the platform. Anybody who's actually securing data or trying to egress data, they would actually have the client installed. But anybody who's just using data, accessing data, viewing it, would not need the client.
And so what do you do for a mobile device?
So for the mobile device specifically, you can either view it through the browser, so you can actually use the mobile browser, or if they actually wanted to do some secure collaboration and updates, then we have a mobile device.
Okay. It sounds like it partially solves the problem, but doesn't solve the entire problem. And so, how do you kind of pitch it to get people excited about it?
So what we pitch is the idea that your data, when you think about all this PII data traveling, if we can make this a seamless, frictionless experience for you, why not protect every file that you're sending out? Why not protect every email that you're sending out so that your data is completely secure and in your control?